starting off with the Gray Man non-spoiler review. We got to see, well, I got to see, I'm just,
You got to
instincts
see
will
it.
say I got to see the early screening of the Gray Man, got to go to the premiere, which was pretty insane. We got to see, of course, the actors, Chris Evans, Ryan Gosling, Ana de Armas, but I want to talk about the movie a little bit and kind of see, your thoughts, Vince, about what it seems like on the outside. And when it comes to Netflix action thrillers and where this kind of ranks among all of them.
Sure.
But yeah, well, I guess we'll get into it. Do you have any questions starting off, or should I just hop in?
Just rip right in. Rip right in.
All right, so I guess I'll say this movie is a fantastic action film, and I think it's probably one of the best when it comes to big blockbusters for Netflix. Right? We've seen films like Red Notice and Six Underground. Of course, when it comes to Michael Bay, he gets crazy, but with this, directed by the Russo brothers, it's very much in the vein of how they do with Marvel and ensemble casts. And this film is really good because it has kind of that humor that we all know so well, kind of from the Marvel kind of world, and it's easy to compare with this film because the action is there. There are insane set pieces and great action when it comes to large scale as well as hand to hand choreography. But it's also balanced out with a little bit of comedy here and there,
Sure.
and I really enjoyed that because Ryan Gosling, he's a good comedian. He has his comedy,
Here's
and so
here's
does Chris Evans.
here's a question I got for you. I've been a little bit
Okay.
hit or miss on the Russo brothers, to be honest. Like, I really like. I'm a big fan of their Arrested Development type stuff that
Mhm.
they did. And that's kind of how they learn, to work with the big cast and give everybody their dues. And then they jump into like having the big cast with Avengers and all that kind of
Mhm.
stuff. This one, and then they did Extraction, which I was like, great
Yeah.
combat. Could care less about like the characters and whatever they do in there.
Mhm.
But that is the same vein of movie. Obviously, this is like a spy movie and stuff. Like, I haven't seen it,
Mhm.
right? You've seen it. I haven't seen it. How does this? Is it a better story than Extraction? Have they kind of nailed this like streaming service sort of? I don't know, movie.
Mhm.
How do you feel about that?
I would say this is the perfect Netflix type film. You know
Mm,
what I mean? Like it's fun in the theater for sure, but this is definitely fun to enjoy on a couch, watch at home because it's a great story that kind of has a lot of heart. You wouldn't be surprised, but it's kind of in the vein of Extraction where there is I'm gonna children actor we know she's from Once Upon a Time in Hollywood, the little girl,
okay.
and so the story revolves around her and kind of Ryan Gosling's character, and it's a very much good relationship between them two. So I think that's kind of the heart of the film is that this little, young actors is what the Russo brothers kind of love to highlight,
Mm.
and so I think that it's definitely that's where it shines.
And here we got another quote this week from I believe Joe Russo, which was kind of
Mhm.
bashing on theaters. He was like,
Oh yeah, let's hear it.
that's not the way. I'd like. I mean, I want to look it up for direct
Oh, yeah.
quotation here. But
Talk
how
about it.
does this
Yeah.
movie? Like, I'll find it in a sec. But how
Mhm.
does it feel? You saw it in the theater at a premiere.
Mhm.
Is it going to hit the same at home, like on a TV? Will it be the same experience? I know that's not. I know it's hard to. The theater will always be like, oh, maybe better sound or a better screen or
Mhm.
whatever like that. But does this translate well to like an at-home viewing?
No, absolutely. Yeah, because I think the way they do the cinematography is with these large scale, action set pieces. They really are using, wide angles, and I think that with the sound design was pretty great. And I think that the way they kind of shoot these sequences, almost in kind of long takes and kind of wide cinematography, it's a very open viewing. So if you're at home on a TV, I'm sure people have wide screens now and
Yeah.
kind of better sound systems than they
Right.
used to. This is definitely going to be. It's going to feel like an experience more than
Okay.
just watching some bland action film. I
Yeah.
think they really did a good job at making it look like here is a set piece. We're going to set this up, and they execute it in a long kind of climax for every
Okay.
single piece. Yeah, even the kind of the third act,
Yeah.
the third act battle happens, and then there's more of an intimate moment.
Cool.
And I think that they really kind of hype it up in the vein of Marvel, where like here's the big piece or the
Sure.
big moment, and it's happening. The moment's happening, and it makes for a fun time. It's really
Okay.
fun.
Yeah, I'm excited to
Yeah.
see it. The quote here, just so I don't misquote it, it says, this is from the Rooster Brothers. This is the quote straight up. It says, a thing to remember too, it's an elitist notion to be able to go to a theater. It's very effing expensive. So this idea that it was created, that we hang on to, that the theater is a sacred space, is bullshit. And it rejects the idea of allowing everyone in under the tent. So I see what they mean. Maybe it's more, people might be able to see it more at home. But
Yeah.
a Netflix subscription's like $17 a month now to watch HD. So like that might be more than a ticket to go see the movie if you're not a subscriber. So
Yeah.
this quote just feels really weird, and it really put a bad taste in my mouth. Put a bad taste in
Yeah,
my
it's
mouth.
interesting take coming from the Russos, being so, huge in film now,
Who made like the second most grossing movie in the theaters of all time? I just don't understand. It blows my mind. But whatever. It's fine.
Absolutely, yeah. Some highlights for the film. I want to say Chris Evans definitely shines as the antagonist for this. You
Sure.
could tell he's having fun, getting crazy. His name is Lloyd. He got the stash. I
Yeah.
mean, the whole mustache was kind of like a character at this premiere. Everyone was saying, "Where's the stash?"
Sure. Yeah.
Stash Evans. But yeah, I mean, Ryan Gosling. They said he's very much of a stoic guy. He's not
Mm-hmm.
the typical action hero. He's very much, just like the everyday Joe.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
but man, his hand-to-hand combat, he's up there, and
Cool.
he can hold his own.
I am so excited to see it. It'll be in theaters this weekend, I believe, right? On the 19th through the 21st, and then it's on
Yeah,
Netflix on the 22nd.
yeah, it opens up.
And it is currently, we're recording this on the 18th, so it'll start in theaters tomorrow. Yeah.
Oh, fantastic!
So if
Yeah.
you want to go see that, go check that out at theaters, or you can wait and watch it at home on Netflix. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is a clip from our movie podcast called Freeze Frame. You can check that out on all audio platforms. Just type in Freeze Frame Strictly Casual, and you can check it out right there. We appreciate you guys, and we will see you on the next one. Peace out.